Welcome, future educators. So glad you're joining me for this explainer. Today, we're taking Competency 001A out of the dense pages of your certification textbook and, well, breathing some actual life into it. We'll look at how this standard translates directly into your future classroom. Think of me as your personal instructional coach today. Whether you're literally stepping into your own classroom next month or you're just knee-deep in Texas 905 prep, we're going to make sure you feel incredibly confident teaching art to your kids.
Okay, let's picture this. You're standing in front of 25 energetic students, and it's time for art. Kind of intimidating, right? I mean, how do we get past simply handing out crayons and praying they don't eat them, or avoiding the sheer glittering chaos of macaroni art? How do we actually spark deep creativity and real understanding? Well, the secret is shifting our kids from being just passive viewers into active, engaged creators. We want them doing the heavy lifting of thinking, feeling, and actually making.
So here is our roadmap for the explainer today. We're going to start with a real classroom scenario, define visual arts literacy, put some theory into practice, reflect on that instruction, hit our key takeaways, and wrap up with your future classroom.
Section 1, the classroom scenario. Let's dive right in.
Knows how to involve students in activities that promote enjoyment and understanding of visual arts by providing students with a wide range of opportunities to create and respond to visual arts so that they develop visual arts literacy. All right, this text straight from Descriptor A is basically our guiding light. Now, the absolute key phrase here is involve students. Notice it doesn't say, lecture students about art history. It tells us exactly what we need to do, actively involve them in a wide range of opportunities to actually develop that true visual arts literacy.
Section 2, defining visual arts literacy.
Visual arts literacy, the ability to understand, interpret, analyze, create, and communicate through visual images and artworks. This right here is the ultimate goal of the competency. You see, visual arts literacy isn't just about knowing how to paint a pretty picture. It's about equipping your students to decode the highly visual world around them. Think of it like reading comprehension, but, for images. We want our students to look at a piece of media, totally grasp its message, and then be able to create their own visual messages in return. It's a real game changer for them.
Next up, artistic response. A reaction to artwork that may involve discussion, writing, movement, or creating art. When a student reacts to a piece of art, maybe they chat about it with a shoulder partner, jot down a quick poem about how a painting makes them feel, or even physically move their bodies to mimic the shapes in a sculpture, they are demonstrating a powerful artistic response. It goes way beyond just saying, I like it or I don't get it. It's a fully multisensory reaction.
Then there's art appreciation. Simply put, understanding and valuing works of art. Notice that word, valuing. As teachers, we have to intentionally design activities that guide students to really understand the context of art so they can place genuine value on what they're seeing. It's all about building respect for the creative process and the incredibly diverse cultures that actually produce these works.
Art criticism, the process of describing, analyzing, interpreting, and evaluating artwork. Okay, this one often trips up new teachers. Art criticism isn't about being negative or tearing an artwork apart. Actually, scratch that. It's quite the opposite. It's a highly supportive, structured process of having a student describe and evaluate what's happening on the canvas. It's asking things like, hey, what colors do you notice first? Or why do you think the artist made this particular corner so dark?
Original artwork. Artwork that reflects a student's own ideas, choices, and creativity. This is absolutely crucial, guys. Original artwork means handing the creative reins directly over to the student. We are empowering them to make their own choices rather than just having them copy a pre-made template or doing one of those cookie-cutter crafts where every single project looks exactly the same on the bulletin board. We want to see the student's unique, authentic voice in the work.
Creating artwork, making art, versus responding to artwork, observing, discussing, analyzing, and reflecting. This balance right here perfectly captures the dual nature of Descriptor A. Students absolutely must experience art as both creators who make the art and as responders who observe and reflect on it. Think about it. If they only ever paint, they're missing half the literacy. If they only ever walk through museums, they miss the other half. They literally need both to build full visual arts literacy.
Moving to Section 3, Theory into Practice. Step 1, introduce a Van Gogh painting for observation. Step 2, discuss the colors and lines. Step 3, students create original artwork inspired by those techniques. Picture this. Your second graders are gathered on the carpet. First, you project a vibrant Vincent van Gogh painting. You don't say much, you just let them observe it for a minute. Then you guide a rich discussion, asking them to describe the swirling lines and bold colors they see. Boom! You're practicing art criticism and artistic response right there. Finally, you send them to their desks with pastels to create their own original artwork. They aren't copying Van Gogh, they're inspired by his swirling technique. See how seamlessly that flows from active viewing right into active creating?
Section 4. Reflecting on instruction. Let's break this down a bit more.
Put your instructional coach hat on with me for a second. How might students respond to this structured observation? Think about a student who maybe struggles a bit with fine motor skills, but has this incredible perceptive eye for detail. By allowing them to discuss and voice what they see before they ever pick up a brush, you are giving them a guaranteed chance to succeed and build confidence. You're eliciting diverse perspectives and proving to them that their artistic voice matters from minute one.
So, what instructional decisions make this lesson effective? Well, by pairing the observation and discussion directly with the act of creating, you are perfectly fulfilling the standard's mandate for active participation. The lesson isn't happening in silos, right? The observing directly fuels the creating, and then the creating deepens their appreciation for what they observed. It's a beautiful, continuous loop.
Section 5. Key takeaways. Students must both create and respond to art. Active engagement builds visual arts literacy. Provide a variety of artistic experiences. Learning happens by making, observing, discussing, and reflecting. These are your non-negotiables for the Texas 905 exam. Students have to be explicitly given opportunities to both create and respond. You've got to provide a rich variety of experiences, different mediums, different cultures, different styles. And always remember, true learning in the visual arts happens through that continuous cycle: making, observing, discussing, and reflecting. Pro tip: if you see an exam question asking for the best instructional strategy, always look for the answer that balances creating with responding.
Section 6. Your future classroom. Let's bring it all home.
You are ready to build a classroom where students are confident creators, not just passive viewers. And you know what? You absolutely are. You now have the exact framework you need to make this happen. By providing clear, structured opportunities to both create and respond, you're going to foster genuine appreciation and robust creativity in every single student you teach. You're giving them a visual vocabulary that is going to last them a lifetime.
What masterpiece will your students create when you give them the tools to truly understand the visual world? As you finish up your exam prep and look toward your incredible new career, I really want you to think about that. Because remember, you aren't just teaching art. You are literally inspiring the next generation of creators to find their unique artistic voice. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in this explainer today. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and go be absolutely amazing in those future classrooms.